inside the auditorium at Broward College as the United Fight Alliance brings you Absolute Fighting Championship. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside UFC heavyweight Junior Dos Santos and UFC welterweight Tyrone Woodley, top contenders in both of those weight divisions. Guys, first off, thank you so much for joining us here on the dais here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's going to be an awesome night of fights.
For sure, man. I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for having us. It's an amazing night of fights, as you said. You got so many talented guys in the state of Florida. It's just amazing to come here and watch them.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the card here tonight in Fort Lauderdale at Broward College. Let's talk about the co-main event. I know you guys know Marcus. Marcos Damada, you train with him in American Top Team. He'll be fighting Levon Staley. Featherweight co-main event. What can we look forward to in that match?
I think in this matchup you have the classic concept of the young kid and the guy that's been around the block a couple times. He's going to go out there. He's going to attempt to put pressure on Marcus. He's going to try to take him down, land that hard overhand right hand. I think he has experience not only from being a great world champion jiu-jitsu player, he's also trained some world-class fighters. He's had that experience with integrating his jiu-jitsu in MMA. So I think with that experience and that youth, I think we're set up for a really nice co-main event.
How do you handicap a youth up-and-comer versus an experienced fighter?
Well, I think the same. You know, I think Damada will wait for the right moment to enjoy it because Salam probably he's going to start putting a lot of pressure on Damada, and Damada has to wait, to be patient, and I think he has enough experience to do that.
And I'll tell you, Damada, it looked like he had a tough cut. He has to really come down. He's a big dude for that weight, but he's a scientist when it comes to rehydrating.
Yeah. Not only that, he's a scientist when it comes to the sport. You know, I think he's been in the sport for so long as a competitor and as a coach that I think that poise and that just experience weighs so much. People don't understand how much that wisdom plays in a cage because it's a chess game. You only take one or two moves out of order where you're on your back or you're getting submitted. So I think this young kid is in for a great fight, but also you can't hunger. I remember being the young kid that wanted to bite somebody's head off for an opportunity to fight in a major organization. That's what this fight is for. AFC is proven. They send many people to the UFC. These guys are kind of showcase their talent so you guys can see, so the UFC can see and possibly get a contract.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get ready, get ready. It's about to go down. Fighting out of the red corner, tonight's his 15th pro fight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Drew Lipton. And out of the blue corner, with a record of 9-5, fighting out of American Top Team. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lazar Stojanovic.
All right, this fight is in the lightweight division. That's 155 pounds. They will not touch gloves when they come to the center. Now they'll touch as James Waring brings them to the center of the cage for their final instructions. Lazar is in the blue trunks. Drew Lipton is in the black and gray bad boy trunks. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Here we go.
Here we go, open the first round. Drew steps out. He has a very intense look on his face. Let's hope his hands match that. Lead front kick with his left hand. Lazar's very composed, very relaxed. That's come from his boxing pedigree. As you said, over 100 boxing fights. You can see Dino in his corner right now. He's one of the trainers at Fit Street Boxing. There we go. There's a punch that we talked about.
It is over. Oh, is that lightning punch? He's leaking. He's leaking bad, boys.
That was a kick.
He's leaking bad. That was the fastest punch. It was barely saw that punch, guys.
He has the hugest gash over his left eye. It's like an inch above his eyebrow. It is dripping out corn like someone squeezing a squeeze bottle.
Yeah, I saw Keith getting, like, he kicked high and was right in the face. Look at that. Open a big cut.
Crazy hands, here it comes.
Look at that.
Oh, it was the knee. It was the knee. Oh.
He got a hybrid kick. He got a little bit of shin, a little bit of knee, and a little bit of punches to go after that.
Wow, he caught him with the knee. I thought it might have been one of the punches afterwards, but whoa.
We talked about his boxing game, but now we see that in American Top Team, he's getting a little bit more than boxing. Nice high kick to finish it off.
Wow. Well-rounded warriors at ATT.
Very good time and beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful and fast again, right?
If you look at his corner, he's in great company. He has Conan Severa. Conan actually started the Severa brothers. They started the gym, but Dan Lambert was actually one of his students. They came together collectively, started American Top Team, the dynasty we know it as today. You can also see Mike Brown, former WC champion. He has who's who in his corner right now.
Amazing, amazing. What a win, what a way to do it from Lazar Stojanovic. And, you know, Drew Lipton was gamer, but when you get caught with something like that and you duck right into it, makes it even worse.
His last name is a mouthful, but his performance was even more. He put on a great show, and I gotta assume it's tough to find this guy an opponent. I know you're cringing at that big gash.
Dang.
I can put like 7 quarters in that.
What a win, Lazar Stojanovic. All right, take the helm, boys.
We're waiting on official time. I'm thinking it was 24 seconds. Don't quote me on that, but it happened very quickly. As I said before, he was very relaxed, very composed, using his head motion. Drew came out with some opening kicks. He defended those kicks, landed a high left kick of his own, landed it flush across the forehead, open, wide open. The canvas was painted in blood.
Yeah.
It was just pouring out of his head like a spout. And he finished him off with some strikes.
I was feeling very excited for this fight because, you know, two boxing guys, we would see something different than, you know, cage work all the time. So, but it was fast, too fast.
See, one thing we got in common, Junior, we both love boxing.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by way of TKO by referee stoppage in 23 seconds, fighting out of American Top Team, Lazar Stojanovic.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations, man.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Lazar Stojanovic. And Lazar, wow. We know you've got the pedigree with the hands, 142-8 as a boxer. But this time it was the knee, it was the shin, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, listen, I first want to start off by saying all these Florida fighters need to man up and step up. I have to fight 170 because nobody wants to fight me. 9 fights this year canceled. I finally fight after a year and a half. Man up.
No one wants to fight you because it looks like an episode of Quentin Tarantino movie up here with all this blood all over Fruzer logo, one of our best sponsors now. He just put blood all over it. I hope they can live with that. It's a great frozen treat, and we cleaned it all up, Fruzer, okay?
I want to thank my opponent again because nobody else wanted to man up and take the fight. So I thank him for coming out and stepping in the cage.
Major props to him. What's next for you?
Hey, man, whoever steps in here with me, that's what's next.
Lazar Stojanovic!
Well, as he said it, guys, it's been very tough to find this kid an opponent. 1.5 years vacant, not from injury, not from on a layoff, from not finding the proper opponent to step in there and take the fight. You know, it sounds to me as he needs a few more fights before he gets called up to the big show.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get ready, get ready. It's about to go down. Fighting in the red corner. Today's his 26th pro fight. Give it up for Ralph Johnson. And fighting out of the blue corner, out of ATT Wolfpack, with a record of 7-3. Give it up for Taylor Craw.
Oh, guys, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Hey, is this catch weight? Are we at 175 or 180?
We're at catch weight.
75 or 80?
175 and
75. Okay.
I think both of these guys are growing out of the welterweight division. They're slowly progressing to the middleweight
I can't believe they're in the welterweight division. Look at how big these guys are. Taylor Crawl at 6'2", Ralph Johnson at 6'5".
We got Killer and we got Crawl.
Good
Together
kid.
they make Killer Crawl.
Johnson should get that left hand going. He probably has reach. Stick that. Oh, it looks southpaw now. Switches stance. Oh, he's hurt him. He's already in trouble.
Fell.
Oh, wow.
Superman.
Oh,
My goodness. As I told you before, and I didn't want to allude to it and give it away.
That's knockout. It's over, baby. It is over. And I'll tell you right now, Ralph Johnson, he doesn't know where he is, brother. He doesn't know where he is.
This kid is on another level.
Wow.
He is a very underrated fighter.
Wow.
This kid has all the promise. He has all the skills. And he's been extremely patient for his opportunity. He's watched several guys from his gym make it to the UFC. And he's moments away. When I say the leg kick, I don't know exactly what it did. I'm not going to be an orthopedic surgeon. But it did something very damaging. And he finished him off with the overhand right. Delay reaction, face plant, finish off. Referee, thank you for doing your job.
Class act, too.
Yeah.
Taylor Crawl, class act.
He could have went in Dan Henderson and finished off.
Yeah, and he pulled. He knew the referee was there, and he was listening very closely for the stoppage, and he listened, and it was the legs at first, and Taylor didn't get too excited. He wanted to feel out and see how badly Ralph was hurt. It's hard to believe this kid's 23. With the wisdom he shows here and the poise he showed here in the cage tonight.
You have to give a threat, as I said before, in the fight with Chopper. If he would have kept going for the leg kick, he would have set up his right hand. He gave him a threat. Taylor started off with the leg kick, inside and outside, devastating leg kicks. Then when he came back, he was looking leg kick. What did he get? He got the overhand right instead. That was a punch that set him down, but it was set up off the kicks. Perfectly thrown with violent intent.
So much pressure on this young man when, you know, he comes from the lineage he comes from with his dad and everybody else here in town, and they keep putting him in with tougher and tougher guys, and he has to keep coming up big, and he does, and he does, and he does, and you can tell how relieved he was when he pulled out the win here tonight. And there he is talking to Dad.
And we don't make it any better as training partners, because we all encourage him. We all know what he's capable of. What I've done personally, I've been more of a big brother. I've eased off the pressure. I want to make sure he's still having fun with it. He's still enjoying it. He's finding himself and not living in his dad has a crazy record in Kempo karate. Trained some of the greats. He trained with all the greats, you know, world champion strikers. And when I tell you this, he can give every last one of us everything we can handle. So we're waiting on an official decision here, making sure Killa is okay. Looks as if he suffered some severe leg kicks, as well as a very vicious overhand right that sent him down. When you hit the shot and it gives you that delay reaction, it's right on the forehead, almost near the temple, and it sent him down fairly hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 7th fight of the evening has ended in round 1 in 25 seconds by way of knockout. Give it up for your winner, Taylor Crawl.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Taylor Crawl, and boy, they keep setting them up for you, and you keep knocking them down. Did you feel the pressure coming into this fight? Because more and more eyeballs are upon you. You got all of these studs who have made it into the UFC. They're saying, you're the hot prospect, you're the next guy. Does that add to the pressure stepping in here to the cage?
No, there's no pressure coming in here. This is what I love to do. And as soon as I step in, I'm free, so I love it, you know?
You look so good tonight. First you worked the legs, you didn't get too excited. You wanted to see how badly he was hurt. You worked the legs a little bit more, and then it was the hands.
Yeah, I was just being patient. I knew he was hurt after that first leg kick, so I knew he was gonna rush in, so I stepped off and threw that right hand, so I knew it was coming.
It's amazing to me, the poise and the wisdom you show here in the cage at just 23 years old. I don't know how you got it, where you got it early. Must have been Dad.
Yeah, a little bit of my dad, and I've been fighting since I was 3 years old, so it comes kind of natural now.
You are a treat to watch, and I can't wait to watch you in the big show.
Thank you. I just want to thank God and everybody. Go out to Palladium for the after party, and this one's for my baby boy, Titus.
Taylor Crawl!
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get ready, get ready. It's about to go down. Fighting out of the red corner with a record of 2-1 out of American top team. Make some noise for Hansel Calderon. And fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 3-1. Give it up for Chopper Reed.
Dave Duperon saying the right thing there. I'm glad he got the memo on that first name because it could have gotten ugly in there.
I think Hansel should go out there and call him something different than Chopper. Maybe get up beneath his
Oh,
skin
yeah,
a little bit.
right?
I'm wondering him because I'm Brazilian and I don't speak English very well, so I can't do that.
You can get away with it.
You can get away with it.
All right, this fight's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. It is in the middleweight division, 185. Hansel Calderon in the gray trunks, Chopper Reed in the yellow trunks. And right now we're getting making sure that the corners and the judges are in the right place. James Waring now starts the fight. Here we go.
And it's on. First round. Signal of respect, they touch up.
Interesting stance there from Chopper.
He looks very confident.
Yeah.
This is an awkward beginning I talked about. Closing the gap. You know he wants to punch you. You want to punch him. Who's going to be the first person to step forward and close that gap? Once you actually get a punch or two off, then the fights become a little bit easier.
Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock had a fight, 3 5-minute rounds. Wow. Oh, wow.
A bit unorthodox with the takedown. We didn't know which direction he was coming from, and he slipped and fell, but he ended up getting a takedown. So now he's on a side position, almost a side mount. Hansel is trying to go for the guillotine choke, gives up position. Now he's in complete side mount. But he is capturing that arm. He can put himself in a bad position. He can roll him to a crucifix from here or straighten out his arm. So both guys are giving up an advantage right here. One person's trying to get the crucifix, the other person's trying to capture that arm and land the elbow.
Chopper Reed lists his ground game as hood jitsu, and his stand-up as chopper style.
Hood jitsu.
He's not going to tip his hand.
Well, hood jitsu needs to pull his arm out or he'll be submitted with Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he's in a great position right now to defend that. He doesn't have that arm inside. He needs, that arm's inside now. He has to be very careful. He's almost in a triangle choke.
Yeah.
He's cleared out. Oh, in wrestling, we would call that a Granby roll, but now he's in a different position. It's an interesting grappling war.
Whoa.
Very unorthodox.
Wow, great scramble. Nice transitions. And Calderon ends up on top. He's got side control, kind of a modified side control as Chopper tries to turn away from it. But he's got to be careful. Oh, nice mount.
Yeah, there we go. Woo! He's almost a complete mount. Oh,
wow.
And he reverses right back to his feet. Knee strikes to the body. And we're back where we started at, people.
The feet they go.
Very unorthodox jiu-jitsu, but equally effective.
Well, it was hood jitsu versus submission wrestling there, so it was two exotics.
There we go.
They are taking a big, like a deep breath now, you know.
Oh, fake kick, Superman punch, very hard right punch landed.
Both of these middleweights in fantastic shape. In Chopper, particularly jacked. Those quads. He's got that kind of that wasp body that I had never. And
I've never heard it referred to as a wasp body.
You know, it tapers down to that thin little, you know how wasp had that thin little,
I'm going to start using that. They're going to say, what do you look like? Look like a wasp ready to sting.
Yeah, right? There's kind of that, what Stan Lee draws when he draws a good Spider-Man.
So if he has a wasp body, Hansel would be a killer bee body.
Killer bee, that's right.
Missing one or two bumps, but still in pretty good shape.
Yeah, he's in good shape. Yeah. He's in good. Hansel at over 40 now. He's in great shape.
There we go. Minute and a half remaining in the first round. We saw some unorthodox takedowns, unorthodox striking. Both guys seem to be holding their own, though.
Hansel Calderon promised that this would be an exciting, entertaining fight. He's not let us down so far. He says MMA brings him peace of mind. It balances me. I hear that over and over and over again. It pulls people out of the hood. It pulls people out of the barrio. It pulls people out of the countryside, and it makes everybody even. You're even in the cage, and you dump all that energy out in the cage, and you balance. Then you feel good the rest of the day.
Well, hopefully MMA can start balancing the checkbooks. Once you start making some extra money, it can start adding up, because the balance is great, but the amount of abuse and amount of training you have to do. Whoa.
Oh,
Left hand, right hand. Oh.
Wow, he rocked him. That right hand. Ooh.
Left hand.
Another elbow
hard
there.
right hand. A flurry of strikes. Let him down to the ground. Full guard with devastating elbows. Devastating elbows. Those are some brutal elbows.
Wow,
Very
Hansel
hard
Calderon, the
Brutal
machine.
elbows.
Woo! I really have never seen Chopper take that kind of abuse.
Oh, back at it, back at it. Now these are appropriate elbows, not the 12-6. These are legal, people. 10 seconds left. Let's see if he can survive this round.
Big welt under the right eye, to the side of the right eye of Chopper now. Back to his feet goes Chopper. And round one ends in dramatic fashion.
Maybe one of the most entertaining back and forth rounds.
Wow, right? Yeah.
We've seen some one-sided rounds that ended within 30 seconds, but that round was very competitive. Second round coming up here, guys, so very entertaining first round.
Very entertaining. The welt looks like it won't be an issue for Chopper. It's not going to affect his vision at all.
But it did make him take one step back.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful, too. If it gets hit a couple more times and it starts turning into a hematoma, they will stop the fight.
Hard roundhouse right kick from Chopper. Almost sent him in a circle. High kick thrown by Hansel. The machine barely missed.
Chopper said, nope, you better bring more than that. Both these guys now a little more respectful, though. Yeah, you see the distance now?
Hansel needs to lift his leg up, point his knee out, check that kick, because now his leg is going to be so sore that when it's time to check it, he won't be able to lift the leg up in time. So, and Chopper knows it.
Yeah, you can actually see a little bit of a welt developing on the back of the left thigh of Hansel.
Oh my God, that landed.
Yes,
too.
it did.
Oh,
that landed and it hurt. Fake overhand right, jumped in, back kick. Now he's in a standing guillotine choke. He needs to get his butt against the cage. If he was smart, he would hook his leg to try to drop his level because he's a bit taller, and then extend his hips forward. It's very difficult to finish this choke from right here.
Now, Chopper is freakishly strong, but Hansel has great defense. He's a good hand fighter. And you can see him doing that right now with the right arm of Chopper. He's got the wrist.
Good work with the wrist over there.
Good patience, too.
Yeah.
Took his time, got the wrist, defended the choke.
Calderon had an opportunity as Chopper went into the cage, but a little bit tired. He decided to back up a little bit and refill up the gas tank. He is 40 years old.
Yeah, if I was Chopper at this point, I would go back to chopping those legs out, because that was showing great dividends for him earlier this round. Get him thinking about that leg kick, then you can come up with the right hand once you get him reacting to it. So some strikes, back to that hard kick.
And there is a welt that's developing above the first welt on the back of the left
knee
eye.
to the body from Hansel. Nice. Another nice knee to the body. Forces Chopper into a takedown, double leg, and he slams him down immediately to side mount.
And this is where Chopper has been known to do some damage. When he gets side control like this, he's been very proficient with his elbows, as long as he can posture up. And of course, Calderon's like,
well, Jay, he has a chance to retaliate.
Yep.
He was in his position at the end of the first round, got some vicious elbows landed on him. This can be his chance to land some back. He's in a great position to do so.
Enzo seems a little bit more tired, so it's a good position for
plenty of time.
Chopper now.
Yeah, he's got over 2 minutes, Junior, to let that elbow go if he can free up that left elbow.
I wouldn't want to be on the ground and having Junior above me right there in position elbow.
Oh, no, thank you.
Do not sign me up for that.
No,
I am not available.
240 pounds.
No,
that's
thank
okay.
Yeah,
not too much.
It's legit. I think it's legitimate to say there's no one in this arena who would want Junior Dos Santos on top of him. You know, when you're in the heavyweight division and you're elite, you are literally, like you could say, you're the baddest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
Because you're a heavyweight. Unless you're a super heavyweight elite.
At this position right here, he has an overhook, and he's in a side mount. The person on bottom needs to explode with the underhook, get the single leg, and either run around the corner to get the single leg to finish out the back or actually use it to sweep. Him having that underhook is an advantage for him to escape. He's resting down here. Chopper needs to turn his left hip down, face the leg, reestablish the underhook position. See, there we go. He's taking the back.
Beautiful work there from Calderon.
Well, I guess he heard me. He is close enough to hear the technique, so I'll take 10% of the purse if he pulls this fight out.
That kind of position spends a lot of energy, so.
A lot of energy, and he's actually not in a bad position for this guillotine choke.
Yeah.
He's not quite around the neck, but he can climb his chin up, put it in the middle of his spine, and hide over the back of his neck, and then go for the choke. Heel strikes to the butt might not be the best way to finish this off. Sitting up, covering the back of his neck, and then going for the choke.
Look, yeah.
Pop is out.
This will be a more difficult round. Well, actually, no, check that. It won't be difficult at all due to the beatdown.
It's tough because the rounds are starting very similar. Then it's ended with Hanzo on top.
Yes.
I think this round will be difficult. The first round, I'm going to have to say Hanzo won. This one's close.
Yeah, this one's closer. Oh, ends that right on the bell with a nice left hand.
So one round from Renzo, in my opinion, and the other one for Chopper. Yeah.
Okay.
This second one, he was more time on top of him, on top of Renzo. So it's Renzo or Hansel?
Hansel.
Oh my gosh.
Is it Hansel the machine?
The
Hansel,
machine.
I believe, is Dutch. I believe it's Dutch.
Well, he better check those kicks.
Round 3, and a tired high five from both of these middleweights. The welt has actually gone down a little bit. This guy's got great recovery.
Well, Hansel's looking to put another left hook to bring it back up.
Both these guys are tired. You can see it.
Look at that left kick. I mean, that right kick, you know. I said it all along. Chop that leg up a little bit more, Chopper. Then it'll set your right hand up. Give him a threat. Give him something to think about. Oh,
nice right hand from Hansel.
It's so much fatigue right now that Hansel sensed it. Didn't get a chance to capitalize with strikes. Now he's on his back. Full guard. He's looking to pass here. Junior, I think the person that wins this round wins the fight.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think it's one apiece. The winner of this round, I think, takes it home. Now, it wouldn't be a travesty if someone said that Hansel won the second round. It was close enough. He did finish out on top, but I do agree that
he was more time on top of Hansel.
And he landed the more flashier strikes as well. Hit a flashy back kick, 4 or 5 leg kicks.
Yeah, this is one of those fights that epitomizes the notion that you cannot leave it in the judges' hands.
I hate that notion.
It's too razor-thin close.
Yeah.
How could you give this?
I hate when fans say that. You know why?
Why?
No fighter walks in the dang octagon or the cage
I'm going to leave this one.
and say, you know what? Tonight, I'm just going to trust the judges that they're gonna make the right choice for me. I think when you get to a certain level of fighter, there's guys that are just tough to finish. I don't want to be finished. Junior doesn't want to be finished. Some guys just can't get finished at that high level. It's too much at stake, and these guys are tough.
So elite.
You're going for the finish, but you won't finish 100% of your fight. That's like saying, hey, finish 100% of your fights.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Right.
But it sounds cliche, and they heard Dana say it, so they want to repeat it.
Well, yeah, I bet you when you hear someone say, suck it up, you must want to go out and just punch
I'm going to say, time out.
Yeah.
You come in here, get underneath this big grown man punching, and I'm going to sit in your stance, and I'm going to drink your beer, and then we're going to see what you think about sucking it up now.
It's brutal. I mean, you get these guys on top, you cannot move.
Like, these dudes are exhausted right now, and it's not because they were holding and clinching.
Yeah.
They were striking, they were punching, they were going for stuff. It was 2 times where it looks like one of these guys are going to be finished. Chopper were getting elbowed. I thought they were going to, stop the fight.
Yeah, they both are doing a great job.
And if you're not getting tired in the fight, you're not working.
Yeah.
If you leave a fight and you're not tired, what are you saving it for?
Right.
You train for this fight. Let it out in the fight.
So there's some calls from people in the audience to stand up. James Waring is showing no inclination of that.
Well, if you give me 1 second, I'm going to stop the fight, and I'm going to bring those people in the audience in the cage. And I'm going to allow them the opportunity to stand up with one of these young men.
Come on, back up on your feet now.
I think you can't stand up. You can't stand the guy up when he's in a dominant position. This is controversial. He's not completely in the mount. He's not completely taking it back. I believe if you have the mount or taking it back or landing significant strikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful shuck there from Calderon.
If they would have stood him up, we wouldn't saw that reversal.
Exactly. Shucked him over the top. Beautiful wrist
Go back
game.
to those elbows, brother.
Yeah.
Those elbows.
He needs to be effective now because, look, 1 minute and 12 seconds for the end of the fight.
He's got to let it go.
Yeah, I think he might have lost the first 4 minutes of the fight.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 minute or 2 in this round, but.
So he's losing the fight.
If he finishes last minute very hard, I think he steal the round.
Yep. And he might
Hence, not leaving it to the judges.
Don't leave it to the judges, dude.
That's the best option. Everybody wants that.
Hey, you know what? During my next fight, I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to look at the judge and say, hey, I trust you.
Yeah.
I'm trusting you to judge this in my favor tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attempt to finish tonight.
They will like it, that, and they will give you extra points for that.
20 some odd seconds to go here in the fight. A seesaw match
It's
here in the third
because
round.
He's not effective with striking, but he is on top.
So
what are we going to score? We're going to score point score damage, or we're going to score top control.
Yeah.
You can't be winning from your back unless you're punching and submitting. This is going to be a tough one to score.
Wow.
Tough one to score. Tough fight to score.
Jay, who do you have?
You know, I think I am going to give the edge to Hansel only because that second round is a pick'em. Yeah. He cleanly won the first round, and the third round's a pick'em. So if I'm a gambling man, I'm going to just play odds. I'm just going to play odds.
What about you, Junior?
My gosh, that's tough to say.
This is the toughest fight to score so far.
Yeah. I saw Chopper winning the second round, you know, just because he was on top of the guy, the Hansel, for more time than, you know. And this third round, the same. So I think Hansel was more effective than him, but I think he won the fight by points.
You think Hansel won?
Yeah. No.
Hey, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate.
All right, you're the tiebreaker. You're the tiebreaker. It's on you, Tyron.
So you're going with Chopper?
Chopper.
Let's go with Chopper.
Well, that's tough. I was gonna say Chopper because I thought you said Hansel. It's tough. I'm gonna play defense on this one. But one thing is funny. I love at the end of a fight how your coaches tell you, raise your hand,
Yeah.
let everybody know you won. That's only one round.
He just did it.
He just did it. There we go. But the funny thing is, the first and second round are already scored.
Yeah.
Once you write that down, you can't go back and erase it and change it based on the third round. So I don't know why coaches tell us to like jump around and act like we won. It might give us a third round, but not the whole fight.
Yeah.
Great fight. You know, both these guys gave it everything they had. You can see Chopper's really sucking wind now.
Yeah. They put on a great show for us.
And the DJ is not shortchanging us tonight.
No, he's not.
He's giving us some good soundtrack to this exciting fight.
Our judges tonight, it is in their hands. Richard Green, Hector Gomez, Gene Warrington, and Jorge Alonso. Waring obviously will not judge this fight, but this is going to be a close one. How did you score it at home? Pitbull. Text Tyron and tell him how you scored at home. His text is...
My text is 911. 911. Text me and let me know how the fight went.
Both of them exhausted. Look.
Yeah, they're done. They're going to sleep well tonight. The back of you see Calderon? His left leg is jacked.
I'm coming off the fence
he's coming off the fence.
I'm pulling Hansel.
Because you're playing the odds, bro. You're playing the odds.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You got two pick'ems and you got a clean round.
I think some of the judges might have picked the flashier techniques of Chopper, but he should have stayed with the leg kick.
Yeah, maybe.
I have in my hand the judges' scorecard.
That's tough.
George Rodriguez scores it 29-28. Judge Green scores it 29-28. Judge Waring scores it 28-29. Your winner by split decision, Chopper Reed.
Oh my.
Wow.
Right now, in the red corner, with a record of 8-3. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Solon Staley.
Little JDS, little JDS action there. All right.
With a record of 11-2, fighting
like
out
your
of
styles,
ATT.
yeah.
Give it up for Marcos Damada.
Dupron didn't want to try that nickname. He says, nah, I'm just going with Damada. Getting their final instructions from referee Jorge Alonso. These guys are just about exactly the same size. Although on our camera, it looks like Damada might be an inch taller. So Damada in the red trunks and Staley in the black trunks, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Here we go.
Here we go again. They're closing the gap. Couple pump fakes, stutters for Salon.
Salon is very aggressive, but he knows he can't go that crazy towards, you know,
He can be
Damada
overly
because,
aggressive.
yeah.
Damada's doing a good job being patient, being calm, stepping forward, but not overly committing. Also cutting off the cage.
Oh, clipped him.
There's the
Damada's
overhand
going to have
right.
to suck it up now.
That's the overhand right, and there's the guillotine choke that we talked about.
Oh, that could be tight, guys.
It's tight. Let's see if he can escape it. He's
he's
passing the guard inside, left leg going across. He's got himself a little bit of space. Now he's using his hand to try to posture out. This might not be a bad spot for him. Their overhand right landed. If he can get his
Yeah,
head
he's
out, he
defending
will
very
end up
well.
on top.
Ah, that's why you do
Look at that.
jujitsus.
Yeah.
For everybody at home, jujitsu right
Now,
there.
I see
And his
blood. I
stick-
don't know if it's coming from the nose or if it's coming from a laceration, but it's blood there. So
Look at
inside trip takedown, front headlock. Now he's in position to attempt his own.
Oh, his
guillotine
left eye
choke.
is jacked. His left eye is jacked, you guys. The doctor's going to look at that.
Yeah,
That eye is
his
jacked.
left eye is
He looks
completely
like
swollen
Sylvester
shut.
Stallone out there in 3 Rocky movies combined. That
As
is
a fighter, I know he's going to want to continue. I know the doctor's going to want to evaluate it. Obviously, we always want to see the fight continue. But that is a fairly compromising position to only have sight out of one eye. So we'll hold tight and see what happens.
No.
It's over. The doctor has stopped
Doctor
the
called
fight. What a shame. It's a
called it.
hard way to watch this one end. Hard way to Salon will take the win, but I know he doesn't want to win that way.
I don't know about that. I mean, if you put somebody in the arm bar,
You take the win
Yeah.
however you
and
take the win.
they arm break, or if you kick somebody in the leg and it breaks, you punch somebody in the eye,
Yeah.
and their eye is closed shut and they can't continue to fight. I think you are okay with walking away with a victory that way.
Yeah, you
Granted-
did the damage, right?
Granted, he might want to continue to show what he did in training
Yeah.
camp, but I don't think it's not like he slipped on a banana peel and his eyeball hit a kneecap. You know, he threw a hard overhand right and it connected.
Yeah, Bahupa was controlling the fight pretty good after that punch, after that guillotine try, you know. He was doing a good job, but
Well,
you
we
know,
said it
if this-
before. We said the overhand right was a problem. We also
Yeah.
said that he's going to attempt his guillotine choke. There we go.
My
Overhand
God.
right lands. But
Boom.
it wasn't the first one. It was
That's
overhand right, left hand,
Third.
and then the overhand right. One
Yeah.
of the notes I wrote down earlier is that he only threw punches, single punches, 2 punches. Obviously, he's been doing more training since the last time we saw him on film. He finished that with a 3-punch combination that
Yeah.
allowed him to get that third right hand in there.
Salon will take the win. It was the big right hand, the second right hand, as you mentioned, Tyron, that did the job. And, you know, he's not going to get a lot of love in this venue, but
It was
he
an
doesn't care.
overhand right. It was almost like we call it a scoop punch. It looks like a jab, but it's almost lifting the head up. So he threw the overhand right. He lifted your chin up really high, finished it off with the second overhand right, and that's what closed the eye. Well, guys, that was another quick finish. We've had 3 finishes that finished very quickly in the first round. Several TKOs, several knockouts, several submissions. If you guys love exciting matchups and you love exciting fights, make sure you follow AFC on social media. Make sure you tune in whenever they have an event. If you're in South Florida, get your butt off your lazy butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the judges' scorecard for your 9th fight of the evening, the co-main event, we have referee stoppage in round 1 at 1 minute and 18 seconds. Your winner by way of TKO, Solon Staley.
All right, I'm here with Solon Staley. It's all good. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Here with you did a great job out there. The overhand right. It wasn't the first overhand right. You followed up the first overhand right with the kick. It was the second one that caught him. And I was saying to Tyron Woodley, I was saying, he probably didn't want to win this way with the doctor stoppage. And Tyron said, hell no, you take a win like that, man. This is a huge win for you.
Hey, a win with Tyron Woodley and JDS and the audience commentating. I mean, it don't get no better than that. I come from a small town. We just got our second stoplight, graduated with 400 kids. So, you know, to be down here in Florida at this level, I can't wait to see what's next for me. I love God, and he's been blessing me. You know, I got my coach over here. We've been doing this for 6 years. You know, starting in 2009, I got my manager. We've been going strong for a year. I'm blessed and I'm excited, and I can't wait to get back home and train some more.
This is a huge win for you against Marcus Damada. You know what a stud he is coming in here, and you know how dangerous he is. He's got a deep, deep, deep ground game, and I know that, you know, that was on your mind coming in here.
Absolutely. He got his black belt, or his first degree black belt in 1990, from my understanding. And I was still in middle school, and I ain't had a clue about jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai fighting, or none of that. And to be able to pull this win off in that type of fashion, you know, it's just really, truly a blessing. Really, truly a blessing.
Well, that's great respect you're throwing over to Marcus Damada, and Florida appreciates that. And I know you're coming back. Can you come back and fight for us again?
Hey, ASAP. I can't wait to get back down here. I love it down here. It's 40 degrees back home. It feels great out here.
One more time for Solon. Solo! Give him some love!
Great night of fights, guys. Really enjoyable. Pleasure to call the fights with you. Let's talk a little bit about the co-main event. It really is a shame that it ended that way. You were saying, hey, you take the win however you get the win. But on a doctor stoppage, everybody wanted to see that fight because both of these guys are so highly touted. You know, Damada and Staley, everybody wanted to see it. Yeah. So it was a shame that, you know, Damada got his eye jacked up like that, and I was just kind of heartbroken for him. I know he really wanted to demonstrate his ground skills tonight.
Yeah, you know, obviously I don't want to see a coach of mine get his eye closed shut, but as a competitor and taking an unbiased approach, it's just as if you throw a hard leg kick and a person's leg gives out, or if you throw a punch and they go knocked out, or if you do an armbar and they don't tap you to break it. It's a part of the fight. If you get hit and they can't continue to fight, it's a strike that you threw that enabled them to being able to fight. It disabled them, I apologize. It disabled them from being able to fight. So you shouldn't feel like, oh, man, this fight didn't end the way that I wanted to. You're going out there to try to get the fight out. That's one of the bullseyes you're trying to hit. Yeah, and Staley showed a lot of respect. He showed a lot of love for Damada at the end of that, and I think, you know, that went a long way to Lauderdale and Miami adopting him when he showed the respect to Damada.
Yeah, he showed a lot of respect, and those things happen in a fight. Yes. You know, that's why fighting, you know, is so interesting for everybody, because everything can happen in a fight, you know, and that wasn't what we were expecting, you know, was maybe it was good for Solon, but I don't think Damada is happy now, but it happens. You know, we have to come back to the gym, work harder, and come back stronger.
Right. Well, Junior Dos Santos, Tyron Woodley, what an honor to be able to call fights with you guys. Hugely relevant in your weight divisions. Title shots right around the corner for both of you. Thank you guys for calling this fight with us.
Man, glad
appreciate it very much. It's been AFC. It's been a remarkable night of fights. Thank you for joining us on the United Fight Alliance Network, and we'll see you next time.